Hello everybody and welcome back to another City Skylines episode with me, Vampy Lizard. And this is my first video with an actual voiceover. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing this, but a person who was watching the video did recommend that the videos would be more interesting if I had a voiceover instead of just playing music. And I think it's probably right. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So, as you can see, we are just creating an entrance from the highway that's going to go into the main city area. And this road that I'm drawing is just going to be like an avenue that goes straight into the city center. It's going to be a 6-lane wide road, and I've just messed it up with node controller, so I have to redo it again. Just because the way it works in vanilla is just really ugly, so just got to use node controller, make it a little look nicer. I'm going to fix that up, break all that shattering and stuff, whatever it's called, and then we're going to use intersection marking tool to bring the dotted lines and stuff so that they cross over through the intersection. Well, not really an intersection, but a merging area, because for some reason in vanilla they don't do that again. But whatever, we can fix it. And then I went into traffic manager just to make it so that you can't switch lanes during that, because vanilla, again, you can, which is kinda not too great. And we're going to take this all the way down to here, and this is where we're going to switch from this huge 6-lane avenue road into more like roads that people actually live on. And we're going to have a roundabout. This is going to be probably the northern center of the city, basically. There'll be a lot of commercial around here. Hopefully it's going to be high wealth commercial, great land values and stuff. And about around here, I was thinking about putting the central train station, but then I decided that first off, I wanted it lower or closer towards the ocean, and second off, I wasn't going to do that today. Today's just not the time to do that. I have many things that I need to do, and not enough time at all to be doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing today, like this amusement park that I'm just starting right now. And so this is going to be an amusement park right by the ocean. I've always loved the way amusement parks right by the sea look, and I thought, why not put it in Vampoplis? I think it'll look pretty great. And I had to delete this train track that was showing up. That was originally gonna come out inside the amusement park and have a train station, but this area is actually a lot smaller than I thought I had to work with. So yeah, it's not gonna actually fit there, so we have to move it across from the amusement park. And just straightening out the tunnels and stuff, making everything look a whole lot nicer, and adding some more. And we should finally actually start building the amusement park after we connect power, of course. Alright, first step, of course, is to put a fence so that people can't escape or get in. Both things are important. And we have this train tracks, which I had to kind of get around, and I didn't really know how I was going to do that, but I guess I did figure it out. And just having to come around and back to the main gate. Boom, just like that. Now it's time to put some buildings. Starting off with just like cafeterias and all those basic buildings, stores and stuff. Nothing too interesting, maybe a plaza or two, some games and stuff. Nothing like that actually screams amusement park. Until we start with a carousel, then some boats, some trains, bumper cars, all those kind of tower drop kind of things. And this giant swing set, of course, and then the roller coaster, of course. That's got to be the centerpiece of any amusement park. Just having to make this straight because at first with the curvy road it wasn't fitting. Well, it would fit, but it just really wouldn't look that great. And then we put a Ferris wheel in, and I really couldn't really think of how I wanted to put trees in here, because without trees it looks a bit bland. But then if I put a bunch of trees in there, I'm not sure how realistic that is, or how good it would be for people actually on the ground. And this is also around when I'm trying to fill in a bunch of space with props. So as you can see, I'm putting down benches and all these kind of coin machines for kids and stuff. And it's just really not getting what I want in these food stands and stuff. They look good, of course, but like it's just not making everything look the way I want it to look. I'm adding more food stands in hopes that it'll just look better. I'm adding water and power, of course. And this is when I ran out of power. So So I had to get more windmills and plop them up on this mountain by the starter suburbs that we started last episode. Or no, 2 episodes ago. I'm trying to make it look better by adding some trees. I add some tall redwoods as well as some small trees. Then I go really not dense at all with the forest brush. And it's just not cutting it. So I decide that I'm just going to put some at the edge for now. And then I'll come back to it later and see if I can fix it then. Trying one more time, and it's just not working out that well. So I'm just going to go leave it for now. And there's going to be another park behind this. But that's actually, I was planning on doing that this episode. But that's not going to happen. That's actually going to be way in the future. Not even really planned when it's going to be. And this is where we're actually starting the city waterfront. I'm bringing this road down, and it's going kind of a little far from the shore in. And that's going to be like where the line for buildings, basically. From here, there's going to be no residential office or any kind of buildings. Other than maybe some museums or some libraries or statues, that kind of thing. Those will be what will occupy the waterfront, because we're going to have a big park there. And on the waterfront, it's going to be a park with a lot of paths and trees and stuff. I think it's going to be really great. I was in Chicago a few months ago, and they have an absolutely amazing waterfront there. Huge parks, museums, and a bunch of really nice buildings that you can look at, and a lot of grass and trees. It's just really great. Now I'm putting these residential buildings in, most likely just temporary, just to see how they're going to look, just to get kind of a backdrop or what it's going to look like with the waterfront park. And yeah, we're just going to let that in after we add some water. And this is when we actually start working on the waterfront. First off, I'm going to add a quay. I was really debating before I started if I wanted to do this or not, but I decided that yes, we're just going to try and see what it looks like. And I do believe it was the right decision, because without the quay, it just really doesn't look that good. It just looks like it's sinking into the water. And yeah, also, as you can see, I covered the amusement park in trees like I do for many things, and it's definitely better than before, I think, but I'm not sure if that's what it's gonna look in the final form. And what I really wanted to do is add a tram line in the park so that people can get around the park. Since it's such a huge park, people can get around the park without just walking or, for example, going back onto the main road and taking the bus just to go to another part of the park. This tram line is going to be basically just for the park, adding some paths around so that you can get to the tram line and stuff. All looking pretty nice, I think. And one thing that you may notice is that none of these roads are basically parallel to each other. They don't look the same. They don't got the same shape. And that might bother some of you, but I actually think it looks better like that than trying to make everything exact. It just looks more nice, I think. And I'm adding another pathway on the other side of the tram line. One thing that I did forget to do is to connect up most of these pathways in the end with another pathway that I'm going to add later on. This one is connected, and I was thinking, because I'm not sure if people can actually cross over a tram line. So I don't know if they have to walk all around the tram line to get to the other side of the park. If that's the case, I'll probably get some crosswalk assets, because I had some before, so that you can just walk across the tram line, which would be much nicer. I'm adding some parks, small parks over to the road. So this is supposed to be like really a nice area that people can come to relax and enjoy themselves. I was trying to fit like a soccer field into one of the this park area, but it was just too big. And I also wanted to put a baseball field, but as you may have guessed, it's of course too big for this area. So I'm just selling with these smaller parks. I couldn't even put a tennis court in, or even a basketball place. So I'm just putting a bunch of these piers and stuff from the After Dark DLC, like the restaurants and the fishing piers, and then I'm adding a service road basically, just so that people can get to these piers. Without that, you can't actually get there, which really makes it no point in having that. Just a small road right by the pier, not really meant for actually main traffic. This is one of the things I really like that I did, is where I add trees to the side of the road. It's probably one of the better decisions that I made, instead of covering everything in trees, which is what I was most likely initially going to do, like I do for so many things. line around the road I think really looks good, and it looks kind of uniform, and it doesn't look so janky or like random trees. And so I decided to add that to the tram line as well. Well, just on the left side of the tram line, because I kind of want the people in the tram to be able to also get a view of the ocean or some of the buildings, you know? Because, like, if you just see trees, trees are nice, but it's also nice to be able to actually see some things. Because this is not really supposed to be used for, like, actual transit, this tram line. It's more for tourists just trying to get around the park. And then I'm adding some unique buildings for the water, like the boat museum and that thing. I don't really remember what it's called. As well as a grand library, which I had to demolish a few parks just to be able to fit. And then I had to also reroute this bike path that I put back here. Just rerouting right around the back of the grand library. And we are pretty much done. I was thinking about putting a castle, but that's just not going to fit. Alright everybody, I hope you really enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.